Venom was directed by Reuben Fleischer. I've heard his name pronounced different ways. I don't claim to be an expert with names, but I want to talk about this movie. It stars Tom Hardy and Michelle Williams and Riz Ahmed. And in the endless slew of Marvel movies that we've gotten in recent years, and with the success of Infinity War and my love of Spider-Man, I was honestly quite anxious for this movie. I read a lot of the comics, I read a lot about the symbiotes and the different things about Venom, and I even went and read some of the comics in preparation for this movie. And I quite honestly got the most underwhelming movie of the year for me so far. This is a completely spoiler-free review, and I'm not going to spoil it for you. And my biggest problem with this movie is that it doesn't quite know what it wants to be. Venom is a more violent character in the Marvel Universe, and I was quite expecting this movie to be rated 14A or R. I was expecting this from the very beginning when I heard about it, and when I saw that it was rated PG-13, I thought, okay, there's going to be a lot of complaint about this. And I've made it clear on this channel that I am not a particular fan of a lot of R-rated movies. There are a few I like, but for the vast majority, they are very much not my thing. So I was pretty optimistic going into this movie and watching it. And right when there's about to be something violent that happens, the camera cuts away to something else, and that is a little jarring at times. Tom Hardy, he gives the best performance in this movie by far. I enjoyed his role, and the other actors in this movie, the acting is very much well done, and I enjoyed it for the most part. The areas where this movie crumbles is that it just does not know where it wants to be. The humor in it does not land, and really it was underwhelming. Some of the action sequences were not shot very well, and this director, I don't know much of his other work. I can't think of anything else he's done. If you know of anything, comment down below, let me know. I would be interested to see some of his other work, but this movie just feels like it had too many hands on deck, too many people wanting to make a movie about Venom. It did not know what it wanted to be. It was very confusing, very jarring. Some of the shots were very confusing, and I did not really enjoy this movie. It was good for what it was. Coming at this movie from the point of if you have never read the comics. If you have never read the comics and you're going into this movie with no knowledge of Venom or Spider-Man or that entire universe, and you're going into it just to see Venom and see another Marvel movie, you're probably going to be entertained. But if you're looking for fan service and something that pays tribute to a character that a lot of people love, you're probably going to end up being disappointed. And I might be in the minority here. I have not looked up any other reviews. I have not looked up any other opinions for this movie. But generally, from what I got from it, when the credits were rolling, I was thinking that this movie is not going to be one that I remember. I am going to see it again, but it just was very underwhelming. If you are a big fan of the Marvel movies, I would probably recommend it to you. And I am a fan of the Marvel movies. I've enjoyed almost all of them so far. This movie, it gets a 6.5 out of 10 from me. It's very inconsistent. It's very run on in some places. It doesn't know where it wants to stop. It doesn't know when it wants to commit to the violence. It doesn't know when to stop with some of the jokes that just do not land. And some of the performances are underwhelming. Tom Hardy, this is one of his best performances for me, behind his performance in Mad Max Fury Road. This movie was passable. If I look at it through the eyes of someone that is not a comic book fan and just wants to see an action movie about a superhero named Venom, it's fine. But if you're looking for fan service, you're going to be disappointed. That's my review of Venom, guys. Thank you so much as always for watching. Do check out my other movie reviews. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this movie. I'm very curious what your thoughts are. Thank you so much, and as always, take care.